Hello everyone, and welcome to Tabletop, the channel dedicated to all things trading cards and board games. This show and the following content was made possible thanks to viewers like you who supported us through buying singles and products from our website, www.tabletop.ie, or our card market account. If you want to show your support in other ways, then please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get on to the episode. Welcome back, Team Tabletop. Our story tonight is going to be about Shining Fates, the most creative name that Game Freak has ever designed ever since Ultra Sun and Moon and Pokemon Black and White 2. But to be serious for a little bit, we're going to talk about Shining Fates, the brand new set to come out for Pokemon on February 19th, 2021. And I will tell you guys now, there's a lot to unpack with Shining Fates. But before we even get into it, let's go in a little bit of the background, because I'm sure you guys all want to know exactly what it is we're buying. When all the packs are done and dusted, what exactly are we getting? Shining Fates is going to come with 73 cards in the main set itself, which has its own trainers, Vs, as well as trainer cards, as well as 122 Shining cards in the Shining Fate Vault. Now let me tell you guys now, that is crazy. That means that every Shining card or shiny card outnumbers the main set almost 2 to 1, meaning that the chances of you grabbing a card that you actually want is astronomically low. Let's put this in a little bit of perspective. Hidden Fates and Shining Legends. The pull rate around those pair one Shining card was around 1 in 3 packs, or a small pin collection if you will, as well as 2 to 3 inside a bigger product, kind of like the Elite Trainer boxes or the premium collections. So what are the chances of getting a Shining Vault card inside Shining Fates that is a particular one you want? Well, the chances would be 1 in 222, not counting the 3 booster packs. You will have literally a 0.008 chance of getting specifically what you want for Shining Fates, and if that's not terrible odds, I don't know what to tell you. But we all know that when we see odds on a booster pack, we just think, you know what? We're gonna roll that die, because sometimes when life tells you you can't, you just do. And that's what we do inside this channel. So what exactly do we get in the 73 cards themselves? Well, in all of them, there are quite a number of great trainer cards, full arts, Skyla being one of the better ones, and I can think of 2 reasons why people want her, as well as Pokeball Guy, and we all love him. Another thing that we are missing though, apparently, is the Marnie from the collections, because her artwork is really good. Her brother Pierre actually features inside the set as well, and we thought Marnie was also going to be here. However, it turns out that Marnie is noticeably absent from this set. Reasons why? I can't really tell you, it's speculation on my half really. But I do think we'll see her pretty soon. We're probably going to see her inside Battle Styles, and that's probably where they're going to put her. She's one of the more expensive cards inside the set, so it's a little bit sad that we didn't see her. But anyway, in addition to those full art trainer cards, we're also going to get Crobat V, Frostmoth as well, great reprints competitively. We also get ironically, we also get a tree of the amazing rares that we didn't get the first time around, which are Reshiram, Yveltal, as well as Kyogre, amazing rare. I'm not too sure where Groudon is. I don't think he was an amazing rare, but I'm not gonna lie, I freaking love the fact that we got Kyogre. Moving on from what's actually inside the main set, because we all know that there are a little bit of goodies in there. The amazing rares are nice, the trainers are nice, but that's not what we're here for. What we get Shining Fates for is for the Shiny Vault. And what's inside the Shiny Vault here? 122 great cards, 10 of which I actually like, 112 that I don't particularly care for either way. And you guys all know the ones that I want, but let's go through them one at a time, shall we? Going through it color-wise, we're going to have 14 grass-type shiny Pokemon, the most apparent of which that I'm looking forward to is Decidueye as well as Rowlet. Ironically, or rather unironically, he is the only Sun and Moon star that has managed to find himself inside this set because of how popular he is, and I don't see why you wouldn't love him. He's one of Ash's favorite Pokemon who managed to destroy a Decidueye during the final battle for some strange reason. I'm not too sure, kind of salty about that, but still. Next, we're going to move on to the Fire Pokemon that are shiny, but strangely, the Fire Pokemon don't really have that many cards in here. There's only 5, consisting of 2 evolutionary chains, and I think Fire needed a little bit more love, but I digress. Moving on. Water Pokemon are clocking in a lot better at 18 shiny Pokemon, with 2 that I'm really looking forward to. One of which is Suicune, shiny. I'm not too sure why one of the legendary dogs are here, but you know what, I'm gonna take it. And so is Raikou was an amazing rare inside like Vivid Voltage, so it only makes sense. But where's Entei? To be fair, Entei was inside a lot of the previous ones, so I don't think he needs that much attention. We also have Frostmoth as well, which I think is going to be a very niche card that probably will increase in value if Frostmoth does take more of a competitive stance in the scene. But as a stance, it's a very nice Pokemon and a very nice tech, and I don't see why you shouldn't have one. Moving on to our electric Pokemon, we have 9 in total. Nothing much to speak about here. They're all kind of, man, we do get Marnie's mascot character, but that's about it. Psychic Pokemon actually come in pretty high in the list at 16 Pokemon for the Shiny Vault. The most apparent of which is a Galarian Rapidash, who is just fabulous. Fighting is a bit smaller again, clocking in at only 13 entries, the most apparent of which is a Farfetch'd Galarian mode, as well as 10 dark Pokemon that include Grimmsnarr. Lastly, before we move on to the V Pokemon, we have a whopping 19 normal Pokemon that just populate this list. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there's Galarian Meowth, which I think is great, but at the same time, they're very lackluster. Like Oranguru, I have a little bit of a sentimental value to because he is actually quite strong. He's an okay Pokemon back in the day. But other than that, I don't really see much, I don't see much appeal to the normal variety of Pokemon, to be fair. Like I said, only around 10 Pokemon that I enjoy, but let's move on to the V and V Max Pokemon, or should I say, Shiny V and Shiny V Max Pokemon. No matter what kind of person you are, you're gonna love these shiny Pokemon. You're gonna love these shiny V and V Max Pokemon. There's no way about it. If you like Pokemon, these are a must-have for you. Now, there are quite a number of V cards inside this set, totaling up to 16 V and V Maxes, but the most apparent of which are, we'll get to him soon. There is amazing Purple Lapras, who is just looking better in purple than ever. There is Shiny Ditto, who ironically looks really cute, and it looks scary as hell when you go into the VMAX form, just have to say. Outside of that, we do have the main card, the one card that everyone wants. It is the Shiny VMAX Charizard. It is by far one of the most gorgeous cards ever produced. I have no doubt in my mind that it's going to be extremely rare, extremely pricey, and very hard to find, everyone. If you manage to pull one of these, it's like winning a mini lottery, or you can sell it you can literally sell it to take a vacation. It is that expensive. And I hope you guys all get your one, but alas, getting the product is going to be a little bit more difficult, but we'll move on to that in a little bit. Before I want to move on to that, actually, we're going to talk about 2 other cards that we can get. Surprisingly, on top of everything else, the shiny Pokemon, the VMAX, the trainers inside the normal base set, we're gonna get 2 gold pattern or gold bordered cards. These are the Eternatus V and the Eternatus VMAX, who are just looking so good. The gold pattern is just amazing. It's an inverse of the other gold cards they had, because Eternatus is just engulfing the entire area with his presence, and I think this is an amazing representation of what Eternatus is. I'm personally looking forward to pulling at least one of these 2, the V or VMAX, as well as Charizard and Decidueye, so many other cards, Shiny, Ditto. I have to say, it's been a long time since I've been decided for a Pokemon set, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my favorites thus far. Well, on paper anyway. We'll see what happens when the products actually come here. How exactly do we get our hands on these cards, these booster packs, and how much can we expect to actually pay for them? Well, it's going to be a little bit hard to see which one is best to buy, so which is why I'm going to tell you guys my opinion on which ones you should be looking out for, or what is actually going to be available, because there's just so many at launch that it's going to be a little bit hard to wrap our heads around. The prices that I'll be using is MSRP based on previous statistics, but in all honesty, guys, it's probably going to be a lot more, because there's a huge amount of the demand for this. There's a very slow supply coming in, and I hope that it gets better over time. I'm not too sure when it's gonna get better, but I'll mention that at the very end. But for now, we're gonna be using the statistics of previous sets in order to get a good metric. The first thing I want to talk about are the smallest things, the cheapest things you can get, which are the Shining Fate mini tins. The mini tins themselves come with 2 booster packs along with 1 metallic coin, and they usually retail for around 5 to 7 euros depending on where you're going from. I'm not sure it's going to be a little bit extra for Shining Fate boosters. I assume that it would be, but if each booster pack includes a guaranteed foil or a guaranteed shiny Pokemon, I don't see why this is a terrible transaction. It'd probably be a good value, but that remains to be seen. These come out on the March the 5th, which is a week or, well, 2 to 3 weeks after the official launch of Shining Fates, which is a little surprising if you're asking me, because by then everyone would be just getting back their next paycheck, so it'd be like, oh, I could spend 10 more bucks on a Shining Fates mini tin. In addition, actually, we're also going to be getting, on March the 5th, a premium collection, which goes for around 50 to 60 euros, and this time around comes with 7 booster packs, which will guarantee you around 2 pulls around that, but they also guarantee you 2 V and V Max Pokemon corresponding to their respective boxes. These are Crobat V, as well as Dragapult V. Now, I'm not saying to beat up the kid in line that just grabbed the Crobat V box and you're there with a Dragapult, because, well, I'll definitely do it, because Crobat V is arguably much better than whatever Dragapult can ever be. There's infinitely more value inside the Crobat V box than there is inside the Dragapult. And there's no mistake about it. You guys can find it, grab the Crobat, because he's great competitively. He gives you return on your value, and even if you don't use him, you can actually sell him on for a better price than Dragapult V. And that's just my 2 cents. I feel like the only people who will buy Dragapult V is if they had no other choice in product, and that's okay, because there's going to be a huge drought, I would assume. But let's rewind time a little bit back to February 19th, the official release date of Shiny Fates. What can we expect to see on release date? The most apparent one, clearly, is the Elite Trainer box. The Shiny Fates Elite Trainer box, which retail around for 50 to 60 euros depending on where you're going from. They include 10 booster packs, a coin, and a special EV promo card, VMAX, that's going to be amazing. It's probably gonna, like, well, you guys all know what happened with the Champions Path when Charizards are kind of going for like 30 to 40 just for the promo card. EV, I don't think it's going to go as much, but I can expect to see at least 10 euros on it, so you're already making 1/6 of your money back at least. The thing about this is, the Shiny Fate box, or Elite Trainer boxes, last time I checked, was around 2 to 3 hits, or 3 to 4 hits. I'm trying to remember, last thing I opened was Shining Legends a few years back, and it was so long ago. But in those 10 packs, you can expect to see 2 to 4 hits, around that, for around 60 euros, and that's amazing value. A couple with all the stuff that you actually get inside the packs or inside the Elite Trainer box itself, being the die, the code, the promo, already it's making its money back. These are the most efficient use of your money. If you manage to find one for MSRP, pick it up, because these are going crazy right now. I know I said these are going for 50 or 60 euros, but on the secondary market, people are pre-ordering it and it's outselling, and it's going for around 120 to 130, and it's crazy. If you manage to find one for MSRP, you are very lucky. The next product that we have in line are the Eldegoss, Bolton, and Craramont V-Tins, which retail for around 35 to 40 euros, and will come with 6 packs, as well as the aforementioned card on the tin itself. Now, the thing about these tins is that they go for around 35 to 40 euro, meaning that you get a little bit, the value on the packs isn't too terrible, and you also get a guaranteed shiny card, which is always really nice, but it really depends on your personal taste. I don't see these V cards going for too much now, probably around a 5 to a 10 sometimes if we're really lucky, but these ones in general don't really have any particular impact on the metagame, nor are they anything else other than collectible, which are arguably a lot easier, so take it with a grain of salt. The one thing that I will say about these is that when you enter in a code card online, they don't just give you the promos, they give you a full deck that you can play with, which is really nice, meaning that the code cards are actually a few euros a piece, which, you know what, every little helps. You go sell your code card on, you make a little bit of money back, and then once you sell 20 of them, you can buy another box. That's how this goes, people. Next off, we have a Pikachu V box, which comes with 4 Shining Fate boosters, as well as 1 Pikachu V and a corresponding giant jumbo card corresponding to the Pikachu himself. Now, the thing about this is that it's going for around 25 euros, so it's a decent exchange for value, around €5 a pack and a fiver for the promos if you count the giant promo. I guess if you negate the giant promo, you don't really need that. The code card is probably very negligible. The thing about this one is that it's not a shining card, but it is a Pikachu box, and Pikachu products do appreciate in value over time. I say if you're gonna buy a couple of these or manage to find a couple of them, maybe just hold one or two yourself, because over time they just will appreciate in value, all the more so because they contain Shining Fate cards, which can contain a Charizard VMAX. Next up are the Mad Party hat collections, which is a very weird thing to have. It's what, well, we get one every single set or every single rotation, and this is just a brand new one. These are going for around €15. Not too bad. Come with 3 booster packs and a corresponding pin to your cards. The cards that you can get are Bunnelby, Dende, Galarian Mr. Rhyme, or Poltegeist, along with their corresponding tins. And these usually are the kind of lower end of the spectrum things you buy like for a present or something. Just, you know, you're going to a birthday party and then you're like, oh, sugar, I forgot to get the kids something. Here, I'm just going to grab this tiny pin collection. And that's how people buy those usually. This time, though, they're actually not too bad, because I will guarantee you one or more shining cards. I've never opened one in my entire career where you got 0 shining cards from one of these. Even if the cost of entry is low, the chance of profit is quite high in relation to it. But I'm not too sure how I feel about these ones in general, because they're not great promos. They're probably worth like €1 or 2, if even that. So at the get-go, you got a nice pin that might be worth like $1. You might get a nice card that might be worth €1 or 2. It really depends on how the market fluctuates as soon as this comes in. But anyway, moving on. I would now like to talk to you guys about the shortage inside Europe, or in general. I'm not sure what it is going to be like over in the US, because the US have their printers, all the supply is there, so you guys should be set. I'm not too sure if that is actually going to be the case, seeing as how there is a global shortage due to reduced working hours and manpower. But from what I understand, everyone inside Europe are going to have a little bit of a troublesome time to actually get some of their goods. And if you've been following my channel for the longest time, you guys already know what the story is. The thing is, with the whole Brexit situation, we're getting taxed twice in regards to things coming from the UK to mainland Europe, to the point where people are just outsourcing their business to other places over in Germany or Croatia, different suppliers, more or less. That said, for this particular release, we are going to be, well, nearly everyone still has a contract with someone inside the UK, because they're the big players there. And we're only getting 5% of our allocated amount, which is not ideal. It is not nice. But yeah, I was given an email weeks ago, or a week ago, regarding this, saying that our product line of Shining Fates has been reduced to 5%, and they're actually flying things over on a plane to get some for us for release. The rest are coming by crate on ship, but we don't know when that's going to be arriving. Probably maybe a week, maybe a month, who knows? I can't really tell you guys. But all I do know is this will tell you just how much of a shortage there actually is in terms of Shining Fates. Now, should you go crazy and buy Shining Fates at a premium? That is the question. Because people are buying it up and then they're selling it on again. The scalpers, you know. It's just a way of life, really. But I think if you really want to play the game and you have spare income, I think buying it at a small premium might actually be worth your while, because it, you know, honestly, it's going to be very difficult to source naturally. Everyone's just going to be buying it up, so you might as well save yourself the heartache there. However, I will say that Battle Styles is coming relatively soon, like a month or 2 from now, and so there's no real need to just push all your money into Shining Fates, because it's going to come back in stock eventually, and you can wait a little bit, can't you? Well, Battle Styles, that will probably give you a Marnie, who knows? That is my 2 cents on it, guys. I think you guys should just wait it out, because there's no need to pay a nice premium for it unless you have the income to do so. And with that, I believe that is everything I wanted to say about Shining Fates. Would I recommend getting it? If you can get it at MSRP, definitely. You can get it a little bit at a premium, sure. If you're paying exorbitant amounts, maybe not. But yeah, that is our show for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an excellent journey trying to write all my thoughts into this, getting everything on paper because there's just so much going on in terms of the Pokemon world and Shining Fates. It seemed a little bit daunting that there wasn't a comprehensive video or list or article that can tell me everything. And I hope that this video is that list or that article to you. And if you guys enjoyed this video, I would love it if you guys give me a big thumbs up, maybe subscribe for more content like this in the future as I make more news content. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave it down below in the comments. I'll try to get back to it as soon as I can. Things are a little bit crazy around here, but I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. And until then, everyone, look after yourselves. This episode and all others like it was made possible thanks to the support of everyone on this list. Truly, I wouldn't be here without them, and you have my deepest gratitude. Thank you so much.